Nuvo Iron How to Install Rectangular Balusters for Decks. You'll need to purchase two 2x4s for your top and bottom rails, material for your handrail such as another 2x4 or deck board, and appropriate fasteners to secure the handrail. You'll also need one pack of rectangular balusters, 4 rail connectors with the appropriate fasteners if not included, as well as post caps and post base covers for each post. Today we're going to be installing deck railing with the sleek and elegant Nuvo Iron rectangular balusters, which are perfect for decks, porches, gazebos, and more. You'll need a pencil, drill bit, saw, square, level, and a tape measure to complete your project. It's important to make sure this product, as well as the fasteners you use, are right for your project. You can learn more about this at nuvoiron.com. Next, decide which baluster height works for you. Our rectangular balusters are available in 2 heights. Our 32-inch balusters have a finished railing height of 36 inches. Our 38-inch balusters have a finished railing height of 42 inches. Now, let's start measuring the opening between the section's posts. Once you have your measurement, mark your top and bottom rails. Next, we're going to remark our rails to account for the rail connection hardware. Subtract the thickness of your connectors from the final measurement. Now you will have your final rail cut measurement. Now we're going to grab our saw and cut the rail sections. Next, we'll install the rail connectors by attaching them to the ends of the rails with the raised side to the post. We'll be using number 8 fasteners 2.5 inches in length through the back of the brackets into the rail. To determine where to install the rails on your posts, measure and mark the finished railing height required to meet your local building codes. This measurement is taken from the surface of the deck to where the top of the railing would be installed. If you're using a handrail, subtract the thickness from the final install height measurement to account for it. Use a square to make a level mark. Install the top rail using 2 number 8 fasteners 2.5 inches in length through the top and bottom holes in the rail end connectors. Then measure and mark where you'll be installing the bottom rail. We used a 2x4 on its side to help as a guide. Now note, the space between the surface of the deck and the bottom of the railing section once installed should not exceed 4 inches. Then install the bottom rail. We'll be using 2 number 8 fasteners 2.5 inches in length through the top and bottom holes in the rail end connectors. For longer railing sections, add support by installing blocking to the bottom rail before installing the railing section. Now, you need to determine the baluster placement that will work best for your project. We recommend starting at center and marking every 4.5 inches to result in clean, up-to-code spacing once your balusters are installed. For some rail sections, you may have to start slightly off-center to ensure the spacing between balusters near the end of the rail is as even as possible, and also doesn't leave too large of a gap between the last baluster and the post. It's also important to ensure the spacing between balusters or baluster to post once installed never exceeds 4 inches for safety reasons and to comply with building codes. Keep in mind the length of the screws you use to install your rail end brackets when marking so the balusters near the ends don't interfere with these screws. Remember, spending time planning your baluster placement will help you streamline the install process. Next, attach the balusters to your top rail using the fasteners provided. Tighten snug, but avoid over-tightening. Finally, use a level to make sure your balusters are straight and attach them to the bottom rail. Decided to use a handrail? We'll be using a 2x4. Measure your rail section in the same way we measured our top and bottom rails. Next, cut your top rail to fit. Then, attach the rail using fasteners that work best with the thickness of your material. We will be using number 8 fasteners 2.5 inches in length. Now that you've installed your railing, we're going to accessorize our posts. And that's it! You've successfully installed one section of railing with surface mount rectangular balusters. Now you've completely transformed your outdoor space and created a beautiful and complete look that'll last you for years. For more information about this or any of our other products, visit nuvoiron.com.